Hello, everyone. This is Eric from Etiquette, and it is May 9th, 2021. And the first thing I want to do on this Sunday is to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. You mean a lot to us, and life with you, it's just not worth living. So, first of all, I just want to say we appreciate you all the moms out there, the sisters, nieces, cousins, all of you out there, the women in our lives. We really appreciate you. And yeah, today is just for all the moms out there. I hope everyone's having a lovely day. My name is Eric, and on this channel, on this live stream, we're going to talk about teaching. If you have any questions about teaching, or you want to share your ideas, ask it in the comments below. Or if you just want to say hi and where you're from. And we've got our first person here on Facebook. Hi, how are you doing? And then Takang. Hi, Takang. How are you? Kathy, hello. Thank you. Yes, Kathy. Actually, Kathy and I had an interview together a couple of days ago. Kathy, you should send me the link, and I will share it on the group. It's a link of us just talking about teaching, and I look forward to sharing it with everyone out there. Luza, hi, Eric. Luza, how are you today? Happy Mother's Day. And Bonnie Esther, our first comments on YouTube. Bonnie Esther, happy Mother's Day to all. Great to see you, Eric. Bonnie Esther, it's such a pleasure to see you today. I feel like sometimes what I love about this live stream is that I get a chance to talk to all of you out there, and I get a chance to share my feelings. But, with life being the way it is, some days, you kind of feel like you don't want to talk to a lot of people. You're not in the mood. But, even if I'm not feeling great, it's always such a pleasure just to see all of you. It really lifts my spirits. So on this Mother's Day, I want to say thank you, especially from the bottom of my heart. Jacqueline, hi, how are you doing? And Aria, hi, I'm from Thailand. Hi, Aria. Sagittarius, hello, teacher. Good to see you again, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what month is that? I'm a Pisces. I'm a fish. Luzanne, I am fine, thanks. Hi. What is this? Chris, I studied this before. Hi, Chris. I think it's not. What's the P again? Christina. Hi. I need to study my Cyrillic alphabet again. I'm going to study very hard from now on. Jacqueline. Hi, I'm from Ecuador. Hi, good to see you. Guys, if you have any questions, if there's any topics that you would like to talk about, put it in the comments below. I'm just going to share my ideas and chat to you. So whatever you want to talk about, that's what we will do. Fatime, hi, I can find a teaching position here in Turkey. They all want native speakers. But, how can they want native speakers when nobody is allowed to travel, or very few people are allowed to travel? I think, Fatime, you know what? They're going to have to see past what your native language is and start seeing your skills. Continue, try. It will improve. There will be a much better position for you anyway. Because, if an academy or school, if they don't want a person just because they're not a native speaker, then that's probably not a great place to work anyway. So continue, send in your resume, try, and I'm sure that you'll find a position soon, because, they have to take good teachers. So, but we're all praying for you, Fatime. MD, hi from Bangladesh. Actually, yesterday I spent time with my two friends. The one Shohag from Bangladesh, and also another friend from Indonesia, and we had such a good time together. Oinam, hello, teacher. Hi. Kathy, I sure will waiting for Christian to go first with the trailer. Okay, so Kathy and we did a video together, a nice interview, and I will share it with everyone out there as soon as it's done. Chloe, Nguyen. I was trying to practice saying this family name for such a Nguyen. I think it's Nguyen. Great to see you. I'm from Vietnam. Hi, Chloe. It's good to have you. Sagittarius is for December. Okay, so we have to wait a little bit for your birthday, Sagittarius. Ukrainian. Okay, it's not Christina. I want to go to my book and search what it is. It's C, and the P is like what is the P again? The P sound. It's something like that. I think so. Ukrainian. Great to have you. Recently, we've had so many wonderful Ukrainians join. And my goal actually for the summer vacation is I've got two plans. Either go and visit Ukraine if it's possible. Otherwise, I will just get a place next to the beach here in Korea. Fatime, you've got your SALTA certificate. You've passed A. I'm sure you'll get it. I think you've got the credentials. You will definitely get it in. Just continue. And please keep us updated, Fatime. If you receive a position, please let us know. You know, I really want the best for you guys, and I want to share in your happiness because I think all of you, you know, however long you've known me, you've shared in my ups and my downs. But I feel like, you know, a lot of you know me. Yeah, I think a lot of you know me quite well, you know, or at least this side of me. So it makes me, it is Christina. I'm so happy. Christina, I'm so happy. I was like, oh, is it Christina? I'm so glad it is. Takang, I would like to send me a link for MCQ questions for teachers. What's MCQ questions? Let me quickly look it up. Let me learn something new too. MCQ questions for teachers. Okay, let's see. Teacher aptitude multi-choice questions. Okay, MCQ. Okay, I get it. We used to call them what? Monkey puzzles. When I was younger, we used to call them monkey puzzles because they're so easy. It's just ABC. So teaching aptitude. That's interesting. Let's see. Greetings from Chile. Hi, Matutino. And Takang, I would like to send for questions. Okay. I don't think I've got that, but I'll look it up if that's okay, Takang. I have asked my school to have a body shake and movement once a week. What kinds of activities do you guys recommend with kindergartners? Yeah, definitely a lot of TPR chants, you know, things. I hate saying it because it's such a cliche, but things like, you know, Simon Says. But I posted a game with, I think it's with Bamboozle, where you show the kids lots of different activities that they can do. And so you, a student clicks on a link, and then it's almost like an online game, but you can have it on the board. Some more ideas for TPR. Let me write that down because I think that's a really good idea. Currently, I was actually working a little bit today, and currently I'm working on a couple of videos, and one of the videos is teaching younger learners. And I'll add a lot of TPR type of games and things that they can do in class. Good idea. I'll think about it some more. It's a really good question. Christina, there we go. Natalia, hi there. Nice to see you today. I was on Facebook, and Natalia always posts there. She's great. I love it. And I was about to post something about Mother's Day, and then boom, there she put out a post. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. And you know, at first I'm like, oh, she beat me again. But then I just left a comment. Thank you so much, Natalia. I really appreciate it. Natalia, wait, how old are you? I don't think you've ever told me. Are you a mom yet? I am not a dad, but we'll see if I can change it in the future. I know my mom wants that to change soon. But you know what? I can only do what I can do. You know, sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to perform or to be something that we can't possibly always be. But you just do what you need to do to get there. Okay, let's continue. Kiss is this one. So Kira, it's Kira, right? Hello from China. I'm a Russian who lives in China. I'm so grateful to you that you can share this for free. Of course, I think it's Kira, right? Kira. It always makes me think of that anime. What's it? Death Note, where the bad guy's name is Kira. But you do not sound like a bad guy, Kira. Thank you so much. I've heard there are quite a few Russians teaching in China. I think I've met a few, but yeah, very great teachers over there too. And you're more than welcome. Thank you, Kira. Chloe, I have two questions. You can give me some tips and games or something like that, so I can be comfortable before each. Okay, quickly give me those questions. I will do my best to answer it. Jacqueline, how to understand about evidence from speech errors? Okay, so you're asking about if students are speaking and making errors, how to understand evidence. So maybe some evidence of making mistakes? I think so. When you listen to students, you can listen to their pronunciation, their grammar, or their sentence structure, or sometimes they use strange words or they use the wrong word for something. So you want to listen out for that, because that is where I think a lot of the feedback we as teachers give will be in the students' spoken errors. So guys, when you're teaching, make sure to listen to what your students are saying, the errors they're making, and also if a student uses something really well, also praise them for that. I think that's something else you want to. Don't only focus on the errors, but also on what they do well. And I think I've said it a few times before, but when students are speaking, you're going to focus on either fluency or accuracy. If you want them to speak faster and better, you're going to focus on fluency. If you want them to be more accurate and make less mistakes, that's going to be on accuracy. And it depends how you give feedback for that. Actually, guys, so today I was very lazy because last night I went out and I've been working on these scripts for a while, but today I was working on a script for how to teach ESL. And I really got into it. I started typing out. I did a lot of research, and I think I'm getting. Even while I was doing the research, sometimes I picked things up where I was, where I picked something up that I can remember, or something new to me, or something that I thought was very clever. So I'm going to put all of that. I think I got like 30 pages of research, and I'm going to have to convert it into one clear video. It might be very long, but anyway, I think we always learn something new. Zed. Hello, everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Sorry, Eric, I missed your live stream last week. No worries, Zed. Thank you so much. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I said it at the start, but we really appreciate you all. I have to call my mom after this just to say. Jaina from Algeria. Hi, Jaina. How are you today? And then here's my dad. Dad, I'll give you guys a call a little bit later. Greetings from a cool Western Cape. Yeah, it's so strange, here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're waiting for summer. I feel like it's around the corner. And then where my dad is in South Africa, there they've got it's turning into winter, and it gets very cold. Pal, hi everyone. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Pal. Anna B, hi. Kira, like Death Note, but that's a real name. Okay, Kira, I think that's a nice name. It's sometimes it's kind of like a curse if in a movie or something popular they use your name, and then people always think about that. But it's also imagine if you have a son or daughter and your partner suggests a name, and then it's the name of somebody you knew at school. You kind of think of them, oh, okay, well, that's the personality, or you get that idea. So you'll never be able to use a name like that. But Kira, it's a nice name. It's just unfortunate that it's the one with Death Note. John, greetings from Cartagena, Colombia. What is the best way of teaching English to boys of 5 years old? Make it very active, lots of different activities, make it interesting, focus on topics that they enjoy, get them to be active. Before we were talking about TPR, total physical response, use chants, use games where they can run around and expend some of that energy. Imagine if you're a little boy, you just want to play, or girl, if you just want to play, you've got all this energy, and then a teacher's like, no, sit down and write. No, you want to be creative, you want to have fun, and you want to enjoy learning. So I think, John, that's the most important. I am working, and I know I've been saying it for the past couple of months, I am working on a video on how to teach younger learners. That will come out eventually, but for now, I just need some time. I feel like the last couple of weeks, I've had many other things pop up, and I couldn't focus on my channel like I would like to. And I've been lazy, not lazy, but a little bit lazy. And I haven't been able to do all of that, but I'll try and fix it soon. How far behind am I? Am I okay? It's 11. No, I'm doing really well. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. Yeah, John. So like I said, just have lots of fun games and keep it interactive. Use flashcards, and you want to use visual stimuli. So you want to use pictures and colors and shapes and try and bring toys or puppets, things that you can do that to keep the students' attention and to engage them in that way. Chloe, I'm teaching Gateway for secondary students. Do you know it? There's an issue unit. Each unit is called one lesson life skill related to a topic of a unit. I cannot come up for activities for the life skill. It sounds familiar, Gateway. Okay, so basically in each unit you have to do some kind of life skill. I think that should be actually the easiest part. Don't overthink it. I think as teachers, especially when we're new, we try and overthink how can we get all these different activities. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, make it easy, and make it relatable to your students. So if it's a life skill, if it's about the past, let them write about a past experience, or let them act out a past experience. That could be fun, some role play. If it's about the future, they can do something like a life skill. I think I might be saying the wrong thing. A life skill. Okay, so life skills can be all about something they do in real life. So it could be role plays, it could be writing, it could be discussions, it could be debates, it could also be conversations. I think there are so many grand ideas that you can use. Can you give me an example, Chloe, so I can come up with an idea? Jacqueline, thanks, teacher. Katty, you went out. Great. Here's still some restrictions. I out. Excellent news. Right. So actually, where I am in South Korea, it's called Daegu, and we don't really have restrictions. So we go out and we have a good time. Obviously, where we wear our masks. And it's funny, I went out. There's this one bar where you can get like drinks outside, and people are standing outside. And I see the store guy standing right where you order the drink, and I go in and I say hi and I order, and he's just looking at me, and I look at him and he says, I think I know you, but I could hear a South African accent. And then he recognized me from my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh, thank you. And we chatted a little bit, and he told me that he's actually from Seoul. So people from Seoul are coming down because they've got 10 p.m. curfew. They're actually coming down to Daegu to have fun. So yeah, that was kind of nice last night. It's kind of, it's interesting going out. So I'll try and be more social, I think, from now on. Matutinu. Have you ever lost the passion for teaching due to online lessons? In my experience with high schoolers, nobody turns their cameras on. As teachers, we have tried everything, but they still don't use them. Actually, Matutinu, my classes, I ask the students not to turn on their cameras at all, but I tell them that they have to focus. They have to be prepared to answer. So during my classes, I constantly ask them questions. And if they're late to answer my question, or if they ask me to repeat the question, I give them a bit of a lecture. I'm like, listen, guys, if you want to continue online classes, you have to focus, or I'm just going to ask you to turn on the video. Obviously, I only let them turn on the video when we're doing activities or tests. But no, I don't really care about video online, So what's really difficult for me is like last night, if I go out out to town, I know that some of my students are there, but I have no idea what they look like. So I've got to be on my best behavior all the time. But I guess that's what being a teacher is. You might run into your students at any moment. Actually, I saw this funny clip of like a teacher walking around going to a grocery store, and then this little boy out of nowhere is like, teacher, why aren't you at school? It's like, well, I've got a life. It's like, no, blasphemy, what are you doing here? So yeah, teachers, it's one of the curses and joys of being a teacher is that you can always run into your students. Matutinu, I think just engage your students, let them share their ideas, constantly be checking in with them, let them practice with each other. It's a problem I have, and at some point my students, they're just so tired of me lecturing them or making mistakes that they just work hard or they work hard during class, so I don't actually ask them any questions, or they don't know the answer. Kira, Actually, our school has an experimental, I like that word, experimental teaching way. That's team talk and drilling. But the time is limited. And the main thing is, I need to make them open their mouths and say, they don't care. Okay. Wait, you said catch. Sorry, let's see. Or not. They don't care or not. Okay, so basically, they have to do team talk and drilling. Um, yeah. So you give them topics and they have to talk in a group together. I think there are so many ways to, instead of it being a chore, you should try and approach it as a game, as something that's fun. So if we change our idea on the activity as something that's fun instead of the school mandating it, you can actually do a lot of things. So you can let them have team talk in they have to go in a circle where they have a conversation and each person should say something, or you can have a team talk where one person has to leave the group and the other two has to start a conversation, then they come back and they've got to guess what the conversation is about. That's just an idea, but you should try and make it fun and interesting to your students. And yeah, put more pressure on your students to perform and praise them when they do well. Your voice is repeating 2 times. Is there an echo? Is everybody okay? Sagittarius, is it just you? Can everyone hear me well? Okay, let's see. Sagittarius, thank you for telling me. Is anybody else having a problem with the audio? Is the audio okay? Let me quickly see if I can close everything else. I really don't want you to have a problem with the audio. Okay, let me close everything else and hopefully the sound is better. Okay, can everyone hear me? Is it okay? Okay. I'm going to continue. If there's a problem, please let me know. Fokito, hi, my dear. Sorry, my dear Eric. Happy to stay here. Fokito, you're more than welcome, and happy Mother's Day. Ling, hi, teacher. Happy Sunday. How can we improve our students' vocabulary? Can you recommend any websites? Okay, is everyone okay? Let me quickly go down. Everything's okay? Audio is okay. Thank you. That makes me feel better. Okay, Ling, actually, I did a video a couple of weeks ago on vocabulary exercises. I've got so many videos I still need to make, but this video is actually doing okay. And I think it's got some good ideas. So I'm just going to find it quickly and then I'll share it with you. Where did I make that? Give me 1 second to quickly find it. By the way, guys, what did you do this Mother's Day? How did you celebrate? What did I do? I'm just gonna give my mom a call, but otherwise, I'm in another country. I think I should get something like flowers. I think it's been ages since my mom received flowers. I'll have to do something about that when I go to visit next year. I'm very excited. Okay, here we go. I just found it. I'm going to put this in the comments below. This is 10 vocabulary activities. So try this out, Ling. I think there should be some good ideas in there. Sesbak, hi everyone. Mac from Madagascar. Hi, Mac. It's good to have you. Madagascar, it must be so nice living there. The island paradise. Chloe, I feel the TPR method doesn't work with all the lessons, compound noun, adjectives, for instance. So are there any other ideas? I think it's definitely worth it to invest in TPR, especially with younger learners. So compound nouns and adjectives. Compound nouns, you could place you could have a board with different words, and the students have to run and quickly put the words together. Oh well, that's just a game, TPR. And then they can act out certain compound nouns. Just as an example. Adjectives, they could act out adjectives, and that's going to have like a physical response, where they act it out and they can remember it better too. I like that. I like the idea of role playing. What else could you use? I think I definitely need to make a video on TPR because it's something I've thought about a lot, and I think I've spoken about it many times, but then I forget a lot of my ideas. So I should make a video dedicated to that. Luzanne, about the present perfect, not an easy topic to learn. Yeah, yeah, to learn easy. Yeah, the present perfect. Definitely something, some of these tenses and grammar things, it's kind of difficult to teach or for the students to learn. So what I want to do in the future, actually, I want to perhaps make some videos, or actually a series on videos and content that we can use for teaching grammar simply. Right. And I think, with anything we teach, there's an easy way and a difficult way. We should always just try and make it as simple and clear as possible. Kiss, keep it simple, definitely. John, thank you for your recommendation. I hope it helps, John. Natalia, I felt I'm so strong and fast, which is not the truth. I'm not. I'm just really like the etiquette community. Yes, I'm 26 years old and I'm a mom already. So happy for you, Natalia. I feel like in Eastern Europe and Central Europe, a lot of people have children much earlier, like 25, 26, and I think that's a good thing, because I'm in my mid 30s now, so it's getting a bit late for me, but it's still something I'm definitely going to pursue. But yeah, I think if you're a mom at an early age, maybe there are some real benefits to it, and I'm so happy. Do you have a son or a daughter, Natalia? For Keto, how about having a conversation club for practicing our English? That would be great. For Keto, have you joined Kathy's group? It's called Chatbox. It's on Facebook. I think if I know that some of you have a WhatsApp group. Bonnie Esther was telling me that there's a WhatsApp group, but maybe I think Chatbox. They've got lots of live events where they chat and they practice English. I would definitely recommend it. Kathy, do you have a link for Chatbox? I'll quickly find it, because I think a lot of teachers. It's such a great community, and I love the fact that it's growing just like this. So you just go to Facebook and you search for Chatbox. It's such a great community. I really like it. Where is Chatbox? Here we go. So it's a private group, and I'm just going to share this with you. And Kathy organizes a lot of events where you can practice your English and just chat. It's such a good community. I've met. I just put it in the comments now below for Keto. So please check that out if you haven't yet. It's an amazing group to practice. Pal, Eric, gamification is the best way to catch students' attention or to do feedback at the end of class, and it's something students love. Kahoot, Genially, Educandy, Educa Play are some great platforms to create amazing games. I know that Kahoot is very popular among everyone. I think even though I teach a lot online, I don't use or I use computers a lot. I haven't really delved into any of these sites. I mean, Kahoot, Educandy, and Educa Play. I know I'm supposed to, because all the teachers are talking about it and they use it. Um, you know, Actually, these days I've been moving away from using a lot of games, unless it's just as a fun way to start. I mean, using tools, actually online tools. I try not to use it as much as I want to. I always try to get the students to interact more with the content rather than me doing most of it. Chloe, an example, life skill, why we have to learn first aid. Okay, that's great. Yeah, why we have to learn first aid, and then they can practice it a little bit. They can practice making a phone call for a 911 call. They can practice asking for help. They can practice going to the doctor and saying there's something wrong with them. That's not first aid, but you get the idea. It's these role play ideas that I think would be very useful. Uh, some more skills. I'll think about it a little bit more, Chloe. Q King, hi. It's always so fun to say your name, Q King. Now it's okay. Here it's perfect. Audio is just fine. Okay, so everyone is okay. We work on Superminds books. Yes, I've used the Superminds books as well. Do you have any websites on your mind which can show possible activities? Kira, right now from the top of my head, I can't think of any. One of my goals, one of the videos I still need to work on is I want to do a video on websites for teachers. So I'll look into it to share some ideas, but right now I unfortunately can't think of anything. Pal can hear. Christina, and that's me. Min, hi, said perfectly well. Yajaira, good morning. Bonnie Esther, if someone has two online windows open or both YouTube and Facebook at the same time, it can have an echo. That's what I was thinking. So I went and I closed down everything just in case. Katty, my kid bought me sushi last night. Wow, Katty, you're so lucky. These days I've been eating a lot of sushi. It's so tasty. What about any of you? Did you get anything else? I think that's so nice, taking your mom for dinner for sushi. Regina, thank you for such interesting information. It's my pleasure, whatever I said. Thank you very much. I remember last time somebody said 2QVM, and I was like, what is that? What is that? And then everybody in the chat was like, thank you very much. I'm like, oh, I think I'm almost such a boomer. Luza, just received a call from my son that one is in London and the other one is in Malaysia. So nice. And they said hello. I'm supposed to call my mom after this. Yajaira, thank you for your time, teacher, always. Kezia, did you buy something for your mom? I was talking to Kezia yesterday. We were having a barbecue on my rooftop with some of the friends, and I was grilling some meat, and we were calling her, and she said, oh, I also want a barbecue. Next time, if you come and visit. Mrs. Abiola, hi, Eric. Nice to see you all again. Mrs. Abiola, you're more than welcome, as always. Pal, Ling, you can create a basic board game and dice with some basic or difficult questions. Students can practice different vocabulary words, and it's a good game to involve family in learning processes. It's useful for any level because you can play with tenses and different vocabularies. Great idea, pal. I think I did a video on grammar dice where you've got some grammar and you can write different words on it and you can throw it around. If you've got different dice, one is a die and two dice. So if you've got different dice, you can write different vocabulary. You throw it, and then students have to make a sentence using that vocabulary. I like that idea. Sagittarius, to be an educated English speaker, what kind of words or usages should we avoid in speaking? Okay. Last week, I downloaded my live stream because I was cutting my live stream to create some chunks of content so that I don't have to worry about making content all the time while I'm busy writing these long videos. So I was listening to myself speak as I'm doing now. And I think the first thing you should try and avoid is, these in-between words, so, so these are words that we've got to try and avoid. And if we avoid them already, I think, the way that we speak will improve 100%. And by the way, guys, I'm so sorry for all the ums, ahs, and so's I put in my live stream. When when I edit or when I shoot my videos, usually I've got a script or something to work from, but right here, it's just me talking. Hopefully I can improve it over time. Hopefully I can become a better speaker as well. If we look back, we'll be like, oh, Eric, you've come so far, So Sagittarius. So first of all, so you should try and avoid these in between, or what do we call them again? See, there, I did it again. What do we call them again? There's a word for all these ums and ahs we put in there. And then you also want to just use the correct tense. Try and use more sophisticated words. So, instead of using a word that's very simple, make sure that you make your sentences longer. But I think it's better to be correct than trying to make a sentence that's too long. That's a really good question, how to become a more advanced English learner. What kind of words or usages should we avoid? If you want to sound more educated, you want to avoid slang, especially slang that is only very timely, that isn't permanent. A lot of slang, it's there for a year, maybe 2 years, and then it disappears. Nobody uses it anymore. So you want to avoid using slang like that. Sagittarius is a really good question. I hope I can answer it a little bit better in the future. An educated English speaker. I'll think about it. And then Bonnie Esther, having good sentence starters is helpful. Present, simple past, present perfect tenses. I always, yesterday, I, and I many times this year. Very good. Having good sentence starters. You know, a lot in my class. Sorry for that. I need to unlearn using these, whatever they're called. I did it again. It's going to bother me, not as much as it's bothering you guys. I'm so sorry. But okay, so Bonnie Esther says that it's great to use these sentence starters. In my classes, when the students get stuck, I start the sentence for them. It helps their brains move. It helps them complete the sentence. So every time I ask a student a question and they're like, I don't know, I start the sentence for them. Their minds spring into gear, they understand, and then complete the sentence. But it's strange, you know, I use it with my students almost automatically. If I see a student is having a problem, I start the sentence for them. So if I ask a student, oh, what did you do last week? And they're like, and then I started, last week, and then they continue it because at least it started instead of just waiting in silence. That's something I think most teachers do reactively. You know, if you wait too long for a student, you just start the sentence for them. But I remember, I think 2 years ago, I was helping this other teacher study Korean. And every time they would mispronounce something, he's also an English teacher, obviously, but every time he mispronounced something or he really struggled to start a sentence, I would start the sentence for him, or I would start the word for him, or if he mispronounced something, I would pronounce it in the correct way. But he grew so irritated. He was like, Eric, please stop that. I don't want to study that way. And it's strange for me because through my whole teaching career, this is what I've done with my students, and I feel that they really appreciate that little bit of help if they're really stuck. Whereas with him, it was like, I don't like that. I want to do it on my own. So he would rather be like, and take up a lot of time before he answers. What do you guys think about that? Well, am I doing the right thing? Do you do it in your classes? Gadi, how can I tell a 5-year-old kid story in English while English is not his mother tongue? And at the same time, I do not want him to lose his enthusiasm to listen until the end of the story. Very easy. Use pictures or use Relia. So if you bring a toy monkey in there, you can say, once upon a time, we had a toy monkey. And then every time you say monkey, you kind of press on the monkey. The monkey walked to the tree. Walked to the tree. So you're going to repeat a lot of the words. And if you can use Relia or you can use pictures, that will help a lot. If you can create, that's why in most books for young learners, you'll see a lot of rhyming, a lot of repetition, a lot of and it won't be too confusing. It will be very basic, and they enjoy that. So, Gadi, I would definitely, this is a good question, but I would do it that way. Try and use pictures and then show the pictures and make the student engage with whatever you're teaching them to. Hi, Eric. Can you recommend some activities for English reading class? Topic globalization. Globalization. Yeah. Okay. So I did a video on 50 reading activities. So if you can go and search for ESL globalization, I'm sure you'll find a lot of texts or worksheets for that. And then I also made a video. I'm sure many of you have seen it. It's one of my more popular videos. It's one of the activity videos that I always do, the top 10 lists. And it's called, let me just put it in here, reading. There we go, 50 reading activities. It's a fun video. It's about 20 minutes long, but there are lots of ways where you can actually include it. So with that writing for globalization, a fun way to do that is you could perhaps, put the students in the story. Say, okay, well, globalization, what is it? Give them some vocabulary that they can work from, and then say, okay, you are this person stuck what happened because of globalization, right? So try and make them a part of the writing. That will, because if you've got these concepts, that are untouchable, the students need to feel it and experience it for it to make sense for them. So if you can put them in the story, so you can say, oh, you're a worker and you lost your job because of globalization. Tell us the story. Or you can say you're a businessman, and because of globalization, your business has boomed. Or you can say you're a dad and you've got a family. How has it influenced your lives? If you've got family, you can say, well, what happened to your family that they move into other areas because of globalization? So that's one idea I would say, is try and make it part of their lives. And I will also paste this video on reading activities. I liked it. It's 50. I think it's 50. Yeah, it's 50 reading ideas. So check it out. I'm sure it will be okay. Abhilasha, I use every day in my class, definitely. There are a few chat box groups. Which one is it? I just put it in there. Create Kahoot, share, let us know. Okay, thank you, Abhilasha. I'll check this out. And then Christina, thanks a lot for the group chat group. Yeah, check it out. Kathy is there. It's one of the, every time I visit them or I see, it's such a great community. I love visiting them. Abhilasha, I have made it for emotions. Guys, please check that out. Abhilasha, I'd like to learn. Fatime, you look much younger though. What is your secret? I'll have to keep my secret as long as possible. Yeah, I don't feel that old. I guess it's because my life in general, except for the normal ups and downs, I've had a good life. I think I drank a bit too much. I should drink and eat healthier. That's one of the problems. I do exercise, not as much as I should. I try to, well, I don't eat healthy. That's a lie. Everybody that knows me knows that I don't eat healthy. I drink a lot of water. That's one thing. Water. That's a bit of my British accent coming on. I drink a lot of water. Water. Strange. And I think that's what I try and do these days. I also use some cream, but slowly but surely, I wake up in the mornings and I'm like, yeah, that's not the body of a 20-year-old. I can definitely feel that. But yeah, I feel like there are so many things that I need to do before I turn 40. I'm really, actually, guys, one of the biggest stresses, one of the biggest worries I have in my life is, what I want to achieve, very soon. And I always bring this up, because it's something that stresses me out, is I feel like I'm so far behind. Yesterday, I went out with some friends and we're outside and I see all these young people having fun. And I just think, oh, you know what? I'm actually, that's a part of my life that should be over and done with, but yet I am out there still doing that. And eventually I'd like to move on. But I feel that is one of the biggest things that's stressing me out in life. It's just that need to move on, and I feel like I'm falling behind. That's something that's weighing on my heart and mind. Zobide, hi. Natalia, oh yes, in my country it's totally normal to have kids at 20 to 28, and I have a daughter. She's 3 years old. The family is really important here. I love that. That's why I'm really interested to go and visit. If it's possible, I'll try to go to Ukraine. Good vibes. Christina, mid-30s is a good age. It's a good age if it's where you want to be. I'm okay with it, but I'm not okay where I am right now. I think, there are lots of good things about my life and lots of things that I still want. I guess you can say that about anyone's life, that there are some things that they enjoy and some things they still want to achieve. I mean, recently, with Bill Gates getting divorced out of nowhere. How weird is that? We always look towards Bill and Melinda Gates and we thought, well, if they can make it, there is hope for us. And then you see, oh, they're getting divorced at 60. So weird. Can we have a live Zoom session with you? Abhilasha, I did one for I think I will do one a year. Otherwise, it's going to be too much. Sometimes I invite teachers to chat with them, and I think once a year around my birthday, I think let's do a Zoom chats. I know a lot of the other teachers have asked me about this. They said, Eric, can't we do another Zoom chat? It was so much fun. I like that, but I don't want it to be a common thing. Otherwise, it's a lot of if I'm just chatting here with you, it falls on me. I don't have to worry about anything else. But with the Zoom, it does feel like there's a little bit more extra stress. So what I would say, Abhilasha, is check out Chatbox. It's a wonderful group, and they have constant live chats with each other. And for this channel, we'll do one once a year for on my around my birthday. I like that idea, so I can chat with you. And then, actually, by the way, guys, I think tonight we will reach 30,000 subscribers on the channel. So happy for that. I'm going to work hard to try and increase it in the future with some more videos. After a couple of months, some of my content will move more towards English learning for some time, because I need more time to create videos. I've told you all of that before. And actually, my dad's helping me out with a lot of the writing and some of the editing for some of the things. Abhilasha, so that we can interchange or exchange the way of teaching. That's exactly what I want to do, Abhilasha. Maybe in the future we will do it a little bit more. I like that idea. It's just right now, for what I'm doing, it's a little bit extra work that I have to do. And I don't think I'm ready to quite deal with that pressure yet, but hopefully in the future. Abhilasha, my Mother's Day was wonderful. Chloe, thank you so much for tons of useful knowledge. So grateful to you. Honestly, best wishes for you. For you and everybody out there, guys, I wish you only the best and happiness. Interjections. Bonnie, Esther, or filler words. Thank you, Katty. Yeah, interjections are, o, and then filler words. That's what I was also thinking about. Thank you, Katty. We also call these words word parasites. Yeah, it's so difficult to let go of them, because these are habits that you build up. But if you look at some of the great speakers out there, they're able to have whole conversations without using these. And I feel so sorry that I use it so much. Maria G, what advice would you give to students taking their preliminary English test exam? Study very hard. I know that these tests, preparing students for tests is different from just normally, teaching them English or teaching them speaking. That's when they have to learn these test-taking skills. They've got to sit there. They've got to understand how the tests are structured. They've got to sit and understand the grammar. So I think for those tests, that is all on the student, and for them to sit down and work. You can perhaps help them with some studying advice, like using different times, or studying for set amount block times. You can help them with some study advice. But I think, for English tests, especially if it's like these difficult grammar tests, that's just all for practicing. It's very important. Natalia, fillers, I guess. Thank you. I'm so late. Sagittarius, thank you for answering my question. You are so kind. Thank you. Jean, what are some good qualities in English? We should have, please. Well, I think in English, it's very important to speak your mind clearly, and also to what else? To some good qualities in English. Wow, suddenly my brain just stopped working. Good qualities. It's important to be polite. It's important to be clear. It's important to be considerate in the way that you speak, to understand where the other person is coming from. And when I say be polite, I think in English, the best way to communicate is to come from a place where you're kind of reserved in the way that you answer things, and that you want to be clear so that there isn't any conflict. I know it's the same for all languages, and in some languages it's even more so. But I think it's very important in English to be polite, to be clear, and to explain yourself correctly. Katty, I think students are also different. Maybe would use different approaches and keep checking. Definitely. Guys, I'm working on this next script, and I think it's going to be 30 minutes long. I think it will be one of my big videos. It's all about how to teach ESL, and I've got so many ideas, and in it is also different approaches that we can use, and so many great things that I want to share, but it's going to take some time. Gregory, hi Eric, hope you're doing well. Got stacks of marking to get through. Letters to the letters the students wrote for Parents' Day. The life of a teacher. Gregory, I don't miss that one bit. I remember when I was teaching in South Africa on Sunday nights. It's my aunt was also a teacher. She was in high school, so she had these thick stack of tests, and I was teaching at the elementary school, and we would sit there on a Sunday night. We would just have these stacks of papers and books and crates with books while watching TV or watching some cooking show, and we would just be marking. So I know it's really tough getting through the marking. I hope that you enjoy it though, with some peaceful music, or you've got the time to do it. That would be really nice. And also, it could actually be very relaxing as meditation. But Gregory, good luck. We all know what it's like going through that. Okay, guys, moving into the final 10 minutes. Let's see, what is everyone talking about? Kathy says, hi, thank you. Hey, thank you. Forkita, oh, sorry, I have to go now, but it was a pleasure as always. All of you have a wonderful week. Thanks, my dear Eric. Strong hugs from Mexico. Thank you, Forkito. Thank you for coming, and everybody else too, guys. Thank you for the amazing support. You make life worth living, and also, I really enjoy making these videos and doing these lives because I've got your support, and I'm also learning because of these. Most English teachers end up as alcoholics. David, I don't think it's 100% true, but I've got no facts to deny that. Seeing how my life is, I'm not an alcoholic, but I think weekends, I still, because as an expat, I feel like even though I'm in my 30s, I'm sometimes living like I'm in my 20s, still going out and drinking the odd beer and shot. But yeah, so I don't think it's necessarily true, but yeah, I can't deny that I should maybe like slow down. I'm not that bad. I know. Renee, hello all. Hi Renee, how are you doing? Hi Eric, could you recommend some roundup and feedback activities? Feedback activities. I think my feedback is I usually like to do my group games, think, pair, share. I like to do things like that. And when the students share, I give them some feedback. I can't think of any roundup activities. That's where you can have some exit tickets. You can have some questions that they have to answer. You can write a question on the board like, what did you learn today? Or what is something that you can do today after class? And what I also like to do after class is I like to ask my students, so what did you learn today? Ask them for some examples, and then make sure, I always call this a mom point. This is where they can summarize what they've done in class in one sentence, or they can easily explain what they've done in class, so that when they're done with class, they feel like they've learned something. Oh, and it's not Renee that asked this. This was Jared, SVK. Okay. Jared, I don't, there are still some other things I'm thinking about, but I think I know feedback is something I haven't made a video on, I think. So it's something I'll look into in the future. So many videos to keep going. Every year, this is now the second year I'm busy with the videos. And every time I think back, especially these questions that get asked in the live stream, I think, oh, have I made a video about it? And if it's no, it goes on the list of videos I still need to make. Keep your British accent. I wish I could, but I think I've lost it, loser. I'll see if I can get it back at some point. Age is just another. Thank you, Gregory. I'll try and remember that. Kathy says, when you hit your 30s, you always put yourself a bit insightful. Don't worry, it's not about age. You are amazing. Thank you, Kathy. Abhilasha, great. Kathy says, congrats, Zed. I think I can't read that. Thanks for joining the chat box. Great. Yesterday celebrated Mom's 95th birthday. It was great to be able to spend the day. Oh, that's so sweet, Luza. I hope she's doing great. Hector. Hi, Eric. Greeting from Mexico. What do you think about music in the classroom? Some activities with music. I'm also a professional violinist, and students really like when I play. Hector, 100%. Music in the classroom is amazing. Students love it. They can learn from it. You can, I think they can learn a lot in terms of fluency, in terms of playing games. singing songs, learning from the lyrics. It's all good. And while they're working, it's so nice having classical music. In my high school, when I was growing up, during class times, they would always play classical music, and it has shown to help us concentrate. Or I think there is some research that shows that students are better able to concentrate thanks to the music. So definitely use it. I haven't done a video on music in the classroom. I still have to do one. But in my opinion, I think it's fantastic, and I'm super jealous of people that are able to play a musical instrument. Growing up, I just played games. I played with my friends. I did sports, and we never did any music apart from choir. And I regret that. I think if I have children, knock on wood, I would definitely let them learn some kind of musical instrument. So Hector, by all means, use it. If the students like it, if they're better able to concentrate, if you can make it fun, and if it helps their English, by all means, please use more music. Liza, thanks for having me all the time. Jean, what kind of advice would you give to a new teacher without experience? Actually, Jean, this is a video I was actually trying to make. I wanted to make a video for new ESL teachers, and then instead of just being able to write down a few points, I did some research and I wrote thousands of points. But it is an important question. For new English teachers, go in there with an open mind. Your idea is to get to engage with the students, to make them have a fun class, and to get them to speak and use more English. So whatever you do in class, if you have a fun class and you get the students to engage with the material, that is important. So first, your mindset. You go in there, you're friendly, you're open, you're talkative, and you also create activities where the students can have fun or they're able to practice what they've learned. I think that's the most fun. If you've got a great teacher with a lot of experience and knowledge, but the students aren't having fun or they're not getting a chance to speak, and you compare that to a teacher with no experience that goes in, the students are having fun and they're practicing what they've learned and they're engaged, I would take that inexperienced teacher or that with a great attitude all the time. I know some of you might disagree with me, but I think, sometimes I look at some of these teachers that have so much fun in class. I'm not saying having fun and the students aren't learning anything. Please make sure I'm not saying that. That is if they engage with the material and they're learning and they're practicing, that's good. But yeah, it's definitely something that I would say. But Jean, I'm making a long video on how to teach ESL, and I'll perhaps I should make a shorter one just for new teachers, but I definitely want to bring that out to you soon. Yajira, thank you. Enjoy your teaching today. Maybe crazies, but definitely. You're fine where you are. All the adults just move drinking to their homes instead of going out. That's true, Renee. Betty, hello, and greetings from Peru. Thank you always for sharing tips and important information related to teaching and growing as teachers. Thank you for coming, Betty. Bibi, hello, Eric. How are you? Bibi, I am much better after talking to you guys. Guys, we've got 3 minutes left. I'll quickly get through the final couple of comments and then we can say goodbye. Mrs. Abiola, Eric, how can you teach English to a child who's dyslexic in his language? Well, dyslexic is just all about writing and mixing up the words. So if they can still learn how to speak, they can copy from hearing, and I'm sure there are some writing activities to help them focus while they're writing. So I think it's and they're reading. So I think there are activities where you can do that. I can't think of any right now, but it shouldn't be an excuse. It is a barrier to learning, but I don't think it should be a wall, So I definitely think there is a way. I've had students with some dyslexia problems, but I can't say that it was so big that we couldn't manage in class, Mrs. Abela. I'll think of some more, but yeah, that's what I would say. Betty, if you could make a video of what songs are useful to use for teaching, which includes grammar for teenagers and adults. I was thinking about that in the past too. I was searching for it before, like a playlist of songs to use with good lyrics and questions. That would be really fun to do. Betty, I'll definitely look into that. Perhaps 10 best best songs for teaching ESL. Natalia, it was really interesting. See you soon. Bye-bye. Natalia, thank you for all the great things you're doing in the group. I really appreciate it. Randa, great. So thanks for your guidance. Dear Eric, can you make a video about some critical thinking resources? I think that's going to be critical thinking. Okay, I'll put critical thinking in. I think a long time ago, I was like, yes, I need to do something about critical thinking, just explaining it and some activities. Guys, you've given me so much homework. I'm already swamped, but I'm so grateful. Christina, I absolutely agree with you that it's a teacher's personality is as important as the knowledge, even more. This was nutritious. Thank you, Kathy. And please send me that link when the video is done. I'm sure everybody would enjoy it. Jean, thank you so much for all the wonderful information. Keep it up. I will definitely try. Jean, thank you so much for visiting. Gregory, good luck with the marking. We're all with you. Bonnie Esther, thank you for being here and for all your advice, and I really appreciate it. Luza, look and listen carefully to the child. Sometimes they give us ideas on how to help them. Very true. Pal, sorry, teacher. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. You don't know how much it means to me. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you soon. Everyone, have a nice day. Bye-bye.